Hi guys, I'm back. Today I'm going to read Numbers 24 to 28, Proverbs 12, and Psalm 45. Let's get started. Balaam saw that the Lord was pleased to give his blessing to Israel, so he didn't try to use evil magic as he had done at other times. Instead, he turned and looked toward the desert. He looked out and saw Israel. They had set up their camps tribe by tribe. The Spirit of God came on him. Balaam spoke the message he had received from God. He said, "Here's the message God gave Balaam, the son of Beor. It's the message God gave to the one who sees clearly. It's the message God gave to the one who hears the words of God. He sees a vision from the Mighty One. He falls down flat with his face toward the ground. His eyes have been opened by the Lord. People of Jacob, your tents are very beautiful. Israel, the places where you live are very beautiful. They spread out like flowers. They are like gardens beside a river. They are like a lotus the Lord has planted. They are like cedar trees beside a stream. Their water bucket will run over. Their seas will have plenty of water. Their king will be greater than King Agag. Their kingdom will be honored. God brought them out of Egypt. They are strong as wild ox. They destroy nations at war with them. They break their bones in pieces. They wound them with their arrows. Like a male lion, they lie down and sleep. They are like a female lion. Who dares to wake them up? May those who bless you be blessed. May those who curse you be cursed. Then Balak became very angry with Balaam, and he slapped his hands together. He said to Balaam, "I sent for you to put a curse on my enemies. But you have given them a blessing 3 times. Get out of here right away. Go home. I said I'd make you very rich, but the Lord has kept me from getting rich." Balaam answered Balak, "Here's what I told the messengers you sent me. I said, Balak could give me all the silver and gold in his house. Even if I wanted to, I still couldn't do anything at all that goes beyond what the Lord commands. I must say only what the Lord tells me to say. Now I'm going back to my people. Let me warn you about what these people will do to your people in days to come." Then Balaam spoke the message he had received from God. He said, "Here's the message God gave Balaam, the son of Beor. Here's the message God gave to the one who sees clearly. It's the message God gave to the one who hears the words of God. The Most High God has given them knowledge. He sees a vision from the Mighty One. He falls down flat with his face toward the ground. His eyes have been opened by the Lord. I see him, but I don't see him now. I view him, but he isn't near. A star will come from among the people of Jacob. A king will rise up out of Israel. He will crush the foreheads of the people of Moab. He will crush the heads of all the people of Sheth. He will win the battle over Edom. He will win the battle over his enemy Seir. But Israel will grow strong. A ruler will come from among the people of Jacob. He will destroy those from the city who are still alive." Then Balaam saw the Amalekites. He spoke the message he had received from God. He said, "Amalek was the first nation to attack Israel, but their end will be total destruction." Then Balaam saw the Kenites. He spoke the message he had received from God. He said, "The place where you live is safe. Your nest is on a high cliff, but you Kenites will be destroyed. Asher will take you as prisoners." Then Balaam spoke the message he had received from God. He said, "Who can live when God does this? Ships will come from the shores of Cyprus. They will bring Asher and Eber under their control, but they themselves will also be destroyed." Then Balaam got up and returned home, and Balak went on his way. Israel was staying in Shittim. The men of Israel began to commit sexual sins with the women of Moab. The women invited the men to feasts and sacrifices to honor their gods. The people ate the sacrifices and bowed down in front of the statues of those gods. So Israel joined in worshipping the god named Baal that was worshipped at Peor. The Lord became very angry with Israel. The leaders said to Moses, "Take all the leaders of these people, kill them, put their dead bodies out in the open. I want to see you do it in the middle of the day. Then I will not be angry with Israel." So Moses spoke to Israel's judges. He said, "Some of you people have joined in worshipping the god named Baal that is worshipped at Peor. Each of you must kill the people in your tribe who have done that." Then an Israelite man brought into the camp a Midianite woman. He did it right in front of the eyes of Moses and the whole community of Israel. They were weeping at the entrance to the tent of meeting. Phinehas was a priest. He was the son of Eleazar, the son of Aaron. When Phinehas saw what had happened, he left the people. He took a spear in his hand. He followed the man into the tent. Phinehas stuck the spear through the man and into the woman's stomach. Then the Lord stopped the plague against the Israelites, but the plague had already killed 24,000 of them. The Lord said to Moses, "Phinehas is a priest. He is the son of Eleazar, the son of Aaron. Phinehas has turned my anger away from the Israelites. I am committed to making sure I am honored among them, and he is as committed as I am. So even though I was angry with them, I did not put an end to them. So tell Phinehas that I am making my covenant with him. It is my promise to give him peace. He and his sons after him will have a covenant because he was committed to making sure that I, his God, was honored. In that way, he paid for the sin of the Israelites. And the name of the Israelite man who was killed was Zimri. He was the son of Sally. Zimri was killed along with the Midianite woman. Sally was the family leader in the tribe of Sidon. The name of the Midianite woman who was killed was Cosby. She was a daughter of Zer. He was the chief of the Midianite family. The Lord spoke to Moses. He said, treat the Midianites just as you would treat your enemies. Kill them. After all, they treated you like enemies. They tricked you into worshipping a god named Baal that is worshipped at Peor. They also tricked you because of what Cosby did. She was the woman killed when the plague came in that was connected with Peor. Cosby was the daughter of a Midianite leader. After the plague, the Lord spoke to Moses and Eleazar the priest. Eleazar was the son of Aaron. The Lord said, count all the men of Israel. Make a list of them by their families. Count all the men who are able to serve in Israel's army. They must be 20 years old or more. At that time, the Israelites were on the plains of Moab. They were by the Jordan River across from Jericho. Moses and Eleazar the priest spoke with them. They said, count all the men 20 years old or more. Do it just as the Lord commanded Moses. Here are the men of Israel who came out of Egypt. Reuben was Israel's oldest son. Here are the names of his sons. The Hanokite family came from Hanok. The Poluite family came from Polu. The Hezronite family came from Hezron. The Carmite family came from Carmi. These were the families of Reuben. The number of the men was 43,730. Eliab was the son of Polu. Eliab's sons were Nemuel, Dathan, and Abiram. Dathan and Abiram were the same community officials who refused to obey Moses and Aaron. They were among the followers of Korah who refused to obey them. The ground opened its mouth. It swallowed them up along with Korah. The followers of Korah died when fire burned up 250 men. Their deaths were a warning to the rest of Israel, but the family line of Korah didn't die out completely. Here are the names of Simeon's sons. They are listed by their families. The Nemuelite family came from Nemuel. The Jaminite family came from Jamin. The Jachinite family came from Jachin. The Zerahite family came from Zerah. The Shaulite family came from Shaul. These were the families of Simeon. The number of the men counted was 22,200. Here are the names of Gad's sons. They are listed by their families. The Zephonite family came from Zephon. The Haggite family came from Haggi. The Shunite family came from Shuni. The Oznite family came from Ozni. The Erite family came from Eri. The Arodite family came from Arodi. The Arolite family came from Aroli. These were the families of Gad. The numbers of the men counted was 40,500. and Onan were sons of Judah, but they died of Canaan. Here are the names of Judah's sons. They are listed by their families. The Shelonite family came from Shel. The Perizzite family came from Perez. The Zerahite family came from Zerah. The other names of the sons of Perez. The Hezronite family came from Hezron. The Hamulite family came from Hamul. These were the families of Judah. The number of the men counted was 76,500. Here are the names of Isaac's sons. They are listed by their families. The Tolite family came from Tola. The Puite family came from Pua. The Jashubite family came from Jashub. The Shemonite family came from Shimon. These were the families of Isaac. The number of the men counted was 64,300. Here are the names of Zebulun's sons. They are listed by their families. The Saradite family came from Sarad. The Elonite family came from Elon. The Jahilite family came from Jahleel. These were the families of Zebulun. The number of the men counted was 60,500. Here are the names of Joseph's sons. They are listed by their families. The families came from Manasseh and Ephraim, the sons of Joseph. Here are the names of Manasseh's sons. The Machirite family came from Machir. Machir was the father of Gilead. The Gileadite family came from Gilead. Here are the names of Gilead's sons. The Ezraite family came from Israel. The Helkite family came from Helek. The Azrielite family came from Azriel. The Shechemite family came from Shechem. The Shemidite family came from Shemidah. The Hepherite family came from Hepher. Zelophehad was the son of Hepher. Zelophehad didn't have any sons. All he had was daughters. Their names were Mala, Noah, Hogla, Milcah, and Tirzah. These were the families of Manasseh. The number of the men counted was 52,700. Here are the names of Ephraim's sons. They are listed by their families. The Saphalite family came from Shuthelah. The Becherite family came from Becher. The Tahanite family came from Tahan. The sons of Shutla were the Aaronite family. They came from Aaron. These were the families of Ephraim. The number of the men counted was 32,500. These are the sons of Joseph. They are listed by their families. Here are the names of Benjamin's sons. They are listed by their families. The Belite family came from Bel. The Ashbelite family came from Ashbel. The Ahiramite family came from Ahiram. The Shephamite family came from Shepham. The Huphamite family came from Hupham. Bela's sons came from Od and Naaman. The Odite family came from Od. The Naamite family came from Naaman. These are the families of Benjamin. The number of the men counted was 45,600. Here's the name of Dan's son. He is listed by his family. The Shuhamite family came from Shuham. This was the family of Dan. All the men in Dan's family were Shuhamites. The number of the men counted was 64,400. Here are the names of Asher's sons. They are listed by their families. The Imnite family came from Imnah. The Ishvite family came from Ishvi. The Berite family came from Beria. Here are the names of the families that came from Beria's sons. The Heberite family came from Heber. The Malchielite family came from Malchiel. Asher also had a daughter named Sarah. These were the families of Asher. The number of the men counted was 53,400. Here are the names of Naphtali's sons. They are listed by their families. The Jasielite family came from Jasiel. The Gunite family came from Guni. The Jezerite family came from Jezer. The Shulamite family came from Shul. These were the families of Naphtali. The number of the men counted was 45,400. The total number of the men of Israel was 601,730. The Lord said to Moses, I will give the land to you. The amount of land each family receives will be based on the number of its men. Give a larger share to a larger family. Give a smaller share to a smaller family. Each family will receive its share based on the number of men listed in it. Be sure that you cast lots when you give out the land. What each family receives will be based on the number of men listed in its tribe. Cast lots when you give out each share. Cast lots for the larger and smaller families alike. Here are the names of the Levites. They are listed by their families. The Gershonite family came from Gershon. The Kohathite family came from Kohath. The Merarite family came from Merari. Here are the names of the other Levite families. They are the Libnite family, the Hebronite family, the Malite family, the Mushite family, the Korahite family. Amram came from Kohath from the Kohathite family. The name of Amram's wife was Jochebed. She was from the family line of Levi. She was born to the Levites in Egypt. Aaron, Moses, and their sister Miriam were born in the family line of Amram and Jochebed. Aaron was the father of Nadab and Abihu. He was also the father of Eleazar and Ithamar. But Nadab and Abihu made an offering to the Lord by using fire that wasn't allowed, so they died. The number of male Levites a month old or more was 23,000. They weren't listed along with the other men of Israel. That's because they didn't receive a share among them. These are the men counted by Moses and Eleazar the priest. At that time, the Israelites were on the plains of Moab. They were by the Jordan River across from Jericho. The men of Israel had been counted before in the Sinai desert by Moses and Aaron the priest. But not one of them was among the men counted this time. The Lord had told the Israelites at Kadesh Barnea that they would certainly die in the desert. Not one of them was left alive except Caleb and Joshua. Caleb was the son of Jephunneh, and Joshua was the son of Nun. The daughters of Zelophehad belonged to the family groups of Manasseh. Zelophehad was the son of Hefer. Hefer was the son of Gili. Gili was the son of Machir. Machir was the son of Manasseh, and Manasseh was the son of Joseph. The names of Zelophehad's daughters were Mahlah, Noah, Hoglah, Milcah, and Tirzah. They approached the entrance to the tent of meeting. There they stood in front of Moses and Eleazar the priest. The leaders of the whole community were there too. Zelophehad's daughters said, Our father died in the Sinai desert, but he wasn't one of the men who followed Korah. He wasn't one of those who were joined together against the law. Our father died because of his own sin. He didn't leave any sons. Why should our father's name disappear from his family just because he didn't have a son? Give us property among our father's relatives. So Moses brought their case to the Lord. The Lord said to him, What Zelophehad's daughters are saying is right. You must certainly give them property. Give them a share among their father's relatives. Give their father's property to them. And say to the Israelites, Suppose a man dies who doesn't have a son. Then give his property to his daughter. Suppose the man doesn't have a daughter, then give his property to his brothers. Suppose the man doesn't have any brothers, then give his property to his father's brothers. Suppose his father doesn't have any brothers, then give his property to the nearest male relative in his family group. It will belong to him. That is what the Lord will require of the Israelites. It is just as the Lord commanded me. Then the Lord said to Moses, Go up this mountain in the Abarim range. See the land I have given the Israelites. After you have seen it, you too will join the members of your family who have already died. You will die, just as your brother Aaron did. The community refused to obey me at the waters of Meribah Kadesh in the desert of Zin. At that time, you and Aaron did not obey my command. You did not honor me in front of them as the Holy God. Moses spoke to the Lord. He said, Lord, you are the God who gives life and breath to all living things. Please put someone in charge of this community. Have that person lead them and take care of them. Then your people will be like sheep without a shepherd. So the Lord said to Moses, Joshua the son of Nun has the ability to be a wise leader. Get him and place your hand on him. Have him stand in front of Eleazar the priest and the whole community. Put him in charge whilst everyone is watching. Give him some of your authority. Then the whole community of Israel will obey him. Joshua will stand in front of Eleazar the priest. Eleazar will help him make decisions. Eleazar will get help from me by using the Urim. Joshua and the whole community of Israel must not make any move at all unless I command them to. Moses did just as the Lord commanded him. He got Joshua and had him stand in front of Eleazar the priest and the whole community. Then Moses placed his hands on Joshua and put him in charge of the people. He did just as the Lord had directed through Moses. And the Lord said to Moses, Here's a command I want you to give to the Israelites. Tell them, make sure to present to me my food offerings. Do at the appointed time. Their smell will please me. Tell them, here's the food offering you must present to the Lord. Present to him 2 lambs a year old. And they must not have any flaws. Present them as a regular burnt offering each day. Offer 1 lamb in the morning. Offer the other when the sun goes down. Present a grain offering along with them. It must have 8 cups of the finest flour. Mix it with a quart of oil made from pressed olives. It is the regular burnt offering. The Lord established it at Mount Sinai. It is a pleasant smell. It is the food offering presented to the Lord. Along with that, offer a quart of wine as a drink offering. It must be given along with each lamb. Pour out a drink offering to the Lord of the sacred tent. Offer the second lamb when the sun goes down. Sacrifice it along with the same kind of grain offering and drink offering that you present in the morning. It is the food offering. Its smell pleases the Lord. On the Sabbath day, make an offering of 2 lambs. They must be a year old, and you must not have any flaws. Sacrifice them along with their drink offering. Sacrifice them along with their grain offering of 16 cups of the finest flour. Mix it with olive oil. It is the burnt offering for every Sabbath day. It is in addition to the regular burnt offering and its drink offering. On the first day of every month, bring to the Lord a burnt offering. Also bring 2 young bulls and 1 ram. Also bring 7 male lambs a year old. They must not have any flaws. Present a grain offering along with each bull. It must have 24 cups of the finest flour. Mix it with olive oil. Present a grain offering along with the ram. It must have 16 cups of the finest flour. Mix it with oil. Present a grain offering along with each lamb. It must have 8 cups of the finest flour. Mix it with oil. It is for a burnt offering. It has a pleasant smell. It is the food offering presented to the Lord. Present a drink offering along with each bull. It must have 2 quarts of wine. Offer 2.5 pints along with the ram, and then offer 1 quart along with each lamb. It is the burnt offering for each month. They must be made on the day of each new moon feast during the year. 1 male goat must be sacrificed to the Lord as a sin offering. It is in addition to the regular burnt offering and its drink offering. The Lord's Passover feast must be held on the 14th day of the first month. On the 15th day of the month there must be a feast. For 7 days eat bread made without yeast. On the first day come together for a special service. Do not do any regular work. Present to the Lord a food offering. Present a burnt offering of 2 young bulls and 1 ram. Also present 7 bulls and 1 ram. Also present 7 male lambs a year old. They must not have any flaws. Present a grain offering along with each bull. The offering must have 24 cups of the finest flour. Mix it with olive oil. Offer 16 cups along with the ram. Offer 8 cups along with each of the 7 lambs. Include a male goat as a sin offering. It will pay for your sin. And offer everything in addition to the regular offering, morning burnt offering. So present the food offering every day for 7 days. The smell of the offering will please the Lord. You must present the offering in addition to the regular burnt offering and its drink offering. On the seventh day, come together for a special service. Do not do any regular work. On the day you gather your first share of your crops, present to the Lord an offering of your first grain. Do it during the Feast of Weeks. Come together for a special service. Do not do any regular work. Sacrifice a burnt offering of 2 young bulls and 1 ram. Also sacrifice 7 male lambs a year old. The smell of the offering will please the Lord. Present a grain offering along with each bull. It must have 24 cups of the finest flour. Mix it with olive oil. Offer 16 cups along with the ram. Offer 8 cups along with each of the 7 lambs. Include a male goat to pay for your sin. Present everything along with the drink offering. Do it in addition to the regular burnt offering and the grain offering. Be sure the animals do not have any flaws. Proverbs 12. Anyone who loves correction loves knowledge. Anyone who hates to be corrected is stupid. The Lord blesses anyone who does good, but he judges anyone who plans to do evil. No one can become strong and steady by doing evil, but if people do what is right, they can't be removed from the land. An excellent woman is her husband's friend, but a wife who brings shame is like sickness in his mouth. The plans of godly people are right, but the advice of sinners will lead you the wrong way. The words of those who are evil hide away to spoil people's mind, but the speech of those who are honest saves them from traps like that. Sins are destroyed and taken away, but the houses of godly will stand firm. A person is praised for how wise they are, but people hate anyone who has a twisted mind. Being nobody and having a servant is better than pretending to be somebody and having no fear. Those who do what is right take good care of their animals, but the kind acts of those who do wrong are mean. Those who farm their land will have plenty of food. But those who chase dreams have no sense. Those who do what is wrong are safe for just a while. But those who do what is right last forever. Those who do evil are trapped by their sinful soul. But those who have done no wrong escape trouble. Many good things come from what people say, and the work of their hands rewards them. The way of foolish people seems right to them, but those who are wise listen to advice. Foolish people are easily upset, but wise people pay no attention to hurtful words. An honest witness tells the truth, but a dishonest witness tells lies. The words of foolish people cut like swords, but the tongue of wise people brings healing. Truthful words last forever, but lies last for only a moment. There are lies in the hearts of those who plan evil, but there is joy for those who work to bring peace. No harm comes to godly people, but sinners have all the trouble they can handle. The Lord hates those whose lips tell lies, but he is pleased with people who tell the truth. Wise people keep their knowledge to themselves, but the hearts of foolish people shout foolish things. Hands that work hard will rule, but people who are lazy will be forced to work. Worry makes the heart heavy, but a kind word cheers it up. Other people are careful about the friends they choose, but the way of sinners leads them down the wrong path. Lazy people do not even cook what they catch, but those who work hard eat their fill of what is hunted. There is life in doing what is right. Along that path you will never die. Psalm 45. My heart is full of beautiful words, as I say my crown for the king. My tongue is like the pen of a skillful man. You are the most excellent of men. Your lips have been given the ability to speak gracious words. God has blessed you for 91. Put your sword at your side. Put on glory and majesty as if they were your good. In your majesty, ride out with power to fight for what is true, humble and fair. Let your right hand do wonderful things. Shoot your sharp arrows in the hearts of your enemies. Let the nations come under your control. Your throne is the very throne of God. Your kingdom will last forever and ever. You will rule by treating everyone fairly. You love what is right and hate what is evil. So your God has placed you above your companions. He has filled you with joy by pouring the sacred oil on your head. Myrrh and aloes and cassia make all your robes smell good. In palaces decorated with ivory, the music played with string instruments makes you play. Daughters of kings are among the women you honor. In your right hand is the royal bride dressed in gold from Ophir. Royal bride, listen and pay careful attention. Forget about your people and the home you came from. Let the king be charmed by your beauty. Honor him. He is now your master. The people try will come with gifts. Let the people who will try to gain your favor. In a room, the princess looks glorious. Her gown is gold threads running through her. Dressed in beautiful clothes, she is led to the king. Her virgin companions follow her. They have been brought to be with her. They are led in joy and gladness. They are led in with joy and gladness. They enter the house of the king. Your sons will rule just as your father and grandfather did. You will make them princes through the whole land. I will make sure that people will always remember you. The nations will praise you forever and ever. Now that it's done, I should now do the Lord's Prayer. Please bow your heads. Our Father in heaven, hallowed be your name. Your kingdom come, your will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us today our daily bread. Forgive us our debts, as you've also forgiven our debtors. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from the evil one. For yours is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory forever. Amen. See you tomorrow. Bye.